Hi everybody, this is Pina here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this rather pretty daisy chain napkin holder. Excellent for a nice summer's day, a barbecue or a spring lunch. It's got a chain at the back which you can just wrap over your napkin like this. So quite easy and simple, but yet makes the table look really nice when it's set for a nice lunch. So today I'm going to show you how to make that. So let's get started. First of all, you're going to need a 3.5mm hook. You can see it there. You're going to need a pair of scissors and a needle to tie in your ends. Okay. We're going to start with the yarn. We've got two yarns, two colours here. You can have any colour you want, but the colour I choose to have is this pretty yellow and white. This is something I've had in the cupboard for a few years, and I thought I'd make use of it because we've all got yarn lying about somewhere and we've never used it. So I thought, well, let's make something useful. So you can have any colour for the centre. I'm using yellow, and you can have any colour for the petals as well, but I'm using the white. They are different type of yarn. They're both cottonish, a cottony kind of yarn, but different type, but they go well together. So that's what I'm using today. So let's get started. So we're starting with the yellow yarn for the centre colour. We're going to do a slip knot to start with. So just put your, for those that don't know how to do a slip knot, you just wrap the yarn round two fingers, cross over, get your hook between the two fingers, pull up the yarn and let go, and then just pull tight onto your hook. There you go, that's your first slip knot. And now we're going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to slip stitch into the first chain, pull that through, pull it through the other bit. So you've got a center bit, there you go, to work into. So we're going to work into this center. So we're going to chain 2 now. 1, 2, and into the center we're going to do 11 double crochets, and I'm using US terminology here. I think in UK terminology it's a single crochet, but I always learnt from the American terminology, so I'm doing double crochets into this space. So we'll count this one. 1. So we need 12 in total. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Weaving the yarn end at the same time, so that's 9, 10, 11, 12 double crochets. I'm just going to make sure that is 12. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of them. So at this stage I'm just going to pull this tight. You can pull it tight at the end, but I like to pull it tight at this stage. So pull the yarn tight from behind, and we're going to slip stitch into the top of this second crochet, double crochet, not the chain 2 but the double crochet. So I'm going to slip stitch into that, and there you go, you've got a tight circle. So I'm going to just pull the loop through and fasten off. going to tighten that up. So basically you've got a nice little tight circle there. Now at this stage I like to tie in my ends. I just like to tie them in as I go along. So I'm going to tie in my ends and then we can start with the second colour. So I'm going to get my darning needle and I'm going to thread that through and start with the middle. Hold on a second. Oopsie daisy. There we go. This is kind of like a cotton yarn, so it can fray a little bit. I'm just pulling that through. That's it. There we go. And through again. Oops. Just tie that off. Chop that off. Now for this one. And just weave that through the centre. There we go. That's done. So that's all woven in. So I've got my perfect little circle here, and I'm going to show you how to join the next colour. So you grab your colour, your next colour. I'm using the white, and I'm going to join it in. It can be anywhere actually around the circle, and I'm going to join it just here. Okay, so I'm just going to pull up the white yarn through. Leave a little bit of yarn so you can weave it in as you go along. So there we go. So I'm going to chain 2 to start with. 1, 2. Okay, and into the same space I'm going to do 3 treble crochets into the same stitch that I've just worked into, if you can just see that. So I'm going to do 3 trebles. So yarn over twice into the space, pull up the loop, yarn through 2, yarn through 2, whoops, yarn through 2. Wrap your yarn twice round into the same space, whoops, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Wrap your yarn round twice into the same space, pull up a loop, yarn through 2, yarn through 2, yarn through 2. So you've got, I should have 3, yes, 3 treble crochets into that same space. Now you chain 2 and keeping the yarn there so you can wrap it round as you go along. I'm going to do a slip stitch into the next stitch. So do a little slip stitch. Then we chain 2 again. So 1, 2, yarn over twice into the next stitch and do 3 treble crochets. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, now chain 2, 1, 2, and then slip stitch into the next stitch. Chain 2, 1, 2, yarn over twice, and 3 trebles into the next stitch. So 1, 2, 3. Chain 2. So he's beginning to, the petals are beginning to take form, as you can see. Chain 2, slip stitch into the next stitch. Chain 2, 1, 2. Treble, 3 trebles into the next stitch. 1, 2, 3. Chain 2. So you've got 4 petals and you need another 2 because we're making 6 petals all the way around. So slip stitch into the next stitch, slip stitch, chain 2, 1, 2. Okay, and then yarn over twice again, and you need to into the next stitch 3 trebles again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, chain 2, 1, 2, and then you need to go into, you do a slip stitch. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need one more. So slip stitch into the next, like so. Right, and then chain 2, 1, 2. Okay, and then into this last one, we're going to do 3 trebles again. So 1, 2, 3 trebles. Now you chain 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now at this stage you need to go into this first chain of the very first set of trebles that you did. So put your hook into the first chain like so. Hold on a second, just get the middle bit, and just slip stitch into that. Okay, so now that you've slip stitched into that, so you've joined it all up, so you should have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You've got 6 petals there. Now this makes it easier to start the chain, the loop that attaches to the back. So I like to do 16 chains because that fits a napkin more or less, but you can do a bigger chain if you want. You can do 18, do 20, depends on the napkin, but I'm doing 16 today, so I'm going to chain 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, now for this bit you're going to, first of all, well, let's just cut the yarn about that much cut off. You don't need much, so I'm going to cut off the yarn up to here. So you've got a little bit of yarn and you've got your loop. You've got the loop still there of the last loop of the chain. So what we're going to do here, we're going to put this count between 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then on the top of that will be in between the 6, if you know what I mean. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you've got the middle at the top. You're at the bottom here as well. First of all, you need to make sure the chain is straight. Let's put it this way. It looks nicer with, I mean, you can do it anyway really, but I like to put the chain so it's showing. So there's the chain, it's flat there, and just keep it flat like that. And now you just need to get your crochet hook and stick it into the top of the middle of these 2 petals. But remember the slip stitch we did in the middle of these 2 petals? We're just going to put our crochet hook in the middle there. So that's the slip stitch there. So I'm going to put my hook through there and make sure this is flat on this side, so that this bit of yarn here, you can just pull it through. So I'm just going to pull that yarn through gently, as you can see. Pull it through gently without pulling the loop apart. There you go. Now that is going to be woven into this loop. So we're going to go through this, the loop that we've kept here. We're going to go through that. If you can see, there you go. So just thread that through, pull it tight. So you've got a wonderful, you know, joining there. It's not too bad, you know, you can then weave it in. So there you go. So you've now attached your chain to the back. There's your beautiful little daisy chain completed. But now just got to weave this bit in. So get yourself the yarn needle and thread that through. And you can just join it anywhere really. So I'd like to sort of weave it in somehow. There we go. Just got to trim that off, that excess bit. There we go. And there you have it, your daisy chain napkin holder. There you go, there you have it. So you can just put that onto your napkin, like so. 2 daisy chain napkin holders. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like it and subscribe and hit on the notification bell so you can see more of my videos if you enjoyed this. Thank you very much for watching and have a lovely day and see you very soon. Bye.